It's terrible, Commandante, but Ignacio, as usual.
The casting for the 1986 TV series Crime Story was a thorough process. Each actor was selected to bring the characters to life in a believable way. The team looked for actors who could handle the show's intense and dramatic nature. Auditions were held to find the right fit for each role, with actors reading lines from the script and performing scenes to show their range. Chemistry tests were crucial to ensure the actors could work well together, especially for roles that involve close relationships on screen. The casting directors and producers watched the actors interact to see if they had the right dynamic. Key moments during casting included finding the lead roles, where the actors' ability to carry the show was tested. They needed actors who could draw viewers into the story and make them care about the characters' journeys. The final cast brought together a group of talented actors who could tell the gripping story of Crime Story with depth and emotion. The director of the 1986 TV series Crime Story set out to create a show that felt real and gripping. They were inspired by classic crime films and real-life stories from the 1960s. The director chose a visual style that was dark and moody to match the tone of the story. They worked closely with the actors to develop characters that viewers would believe in and follow throughout the series. The director also collaborated with the crew to use music, costumes, and sets that would bring the era to life. This teamwork made the show stand out and kept viewers engaged episode after episode.
Taglia, Luca, Bartoli.
Welcome to the world of Crime Story, a gripping TV series from 1986 that takes you on a journey through the tough streets of Chicago. Following the lives of police officers and criminals, this show gives you a look at the battle between law enforcement and organized crime in the mid-20th century. I first watched Crime Story years after it aired, and it struck me with its raw portrayal of the era's challenges and the personal struggles of its characters. What's more, there are many surprising facts about the show that you might not know. For instance, did you know that the series used real locations instead of sets? This added an authentic feel to the show that you can't get from a studio lot. And the music. The show featured songs from the period that not only set the mood, but also told a story of their own. Now, I'm curious about your connection to Crime Story. What's your most memorable moment from watching the series? Whether it's a scene that stayed with you or a line that you still quote. We'd love to hear your stories and memories. Share them in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Remember, every episode of Crime Story is filled with moments that are funny, shocking, and sometimes sad. So keep watching to uncover them all. The 1986 TV series Crime Story set a new standard for television production with its authentic portrayal of 1960s Chicago. The production team faced the challenge of transforming modern locations into period-accurate scenes, often requiring extensive research and attention to detail in set design. They sourced vintage cars, clothing, and props to ensure each scene felt true to the era. Filming on location in Chicago brought its own set of challenges, from coordinating with city officials for street closures to managing the logistics of large-scale set pieces and a sizable cast and crew. One innovative approach was the use of then cutting-edge camera technology to film action sequences. This allowed for a more dynamic and fluid style of filming, which was quite new for television at the time. The series also employed a technique known as step printing to create slow-motion effects that added drama to critical moments without the need for digital effects. These methods, combined with a commitment to period accuracy, made Crime Story stand out in the landscape of 80s television.
They're getting on the wholesalers. The wholesalers are getting on the retailers. You're getting on us. No. I know you're on.
Crime Story, a crime drama series from the 1980s, stands out for its gritty and realistic portrayal of the conflict between law enforcement and organized crime. Directed by Michael Mann, who later created Miami Vice, this series is often considered superior for its intense narrative and character development. The acting is particularly noteworthy, with strong performances across the board. Stephen Lang and Ted Levine deliver compelling portrayals, bringing depth to their roles. Andrew Dice Clay's unexpected casting adds a unique dynamic ensemble of villains. The show's abrupt ending left many viewers longing for closure, as it concluded with a cliffhanger that hinted at more to come. Overall, the series is a testament to the era's television, featuring a powerful cast that brought the story to life with exceptional writing and directing, making it a memorable experience for its audience. The music for the 1986 TV series Crime Story was crafted to fit the show's setting in the 1960s and its dramatic storytelling. The score and songs were selected to enhance the mood of each scene, whether it was tense, sad, or exciting. The composers and musicians worked closely with the show's creators to make sure the music would help tell the story and connect with the audience. They used a mix of original compositions and popular songs from the era to give an authentic feel to the series. The music is an important part of Crime Story, adding depth to the characters and the times they lived in. In the show, the character Nate Grossman stands as a tribute to a brave detective who shared his name. This detective worked closely with the creators and was honored for his ultimate sacrifice and service. The musical mood is set by Del Shannon's Runaway, tailored specifically for the opening credits, giving a unique touch to the series start. Michael Mann, when presented with the narrative, envisioned it unfolding on a weekly basis, although he did entertain the idea of a full-length film or a television movie. His decision to go with a series format allowed for a deeper exploration of the story week by week.
Ted Keyhole, Phil Bartoli. Bartoli, pleasure. I'd like to meet my associate, Marilyn Stewart.
The 1986 TV series Crime Story featured powerful scenes that stood out for their strong direction and acting. The show's creators aimed to give viewers a sense of the rough and tough life of law enforcement and criminals in the 1960s. One notable scene is the intense chase sequence that was not only thrilling, but also showed the determination of the characters. The actors delivered performances that felt real and raw, making the audience feel the tension and danger. The camera work was dynamic, moving quickly to follow the action, which added to the excitement. Filmmakers and actors have shared that they wanted to make scenes feel authentic and keep viewers on the edge of their seats. They succeeded, as many people still remember and talk about these scenes today. The series made a lasting impression by showing the gritty reality of crime and the hard work of those trying to stop it.
I'm telling you, Knoxville. He'll meet you in your compartment. Well,
Viewers were left hanging at the end of the series, as the final episode did not resolve the main storyline. The suspense was built up to the last moment, but no conclusion was provided. Adding to the show's appeal, the opening credits were set to a new version of Runaway, a well-known song from the 1960s, re-recorded by its original artist, Del Shannon, specifically for the show. This choice linked the show's modern take on crime with a sense of nostalgia. Moreover, the show took inspiration from real-life events for its characters. Notably, the thief Frank Holman in the series was modeled after a real Chicago criminal, Frank Hohammer. This connection to true crime added a layer of authenticity to the story, as viewers saw a character influenced by an actual person's criminal activities. The same criminal's life had previously inspired a major film, further showing the impact his actions had on popular culture. The 1986 TV series Crime Story had a significant effect on television and society. It was one of the first shows to use a continuing story across multiple episodes, which changed how stories were told on TV. The show's setting in the 1960s and its focus on the battle between law enforcement and organized crime highlighted issues like corruption and justice. It also showed the personal side of the characters, making them more real and relatable. The style and music of the show, with its old-fashioned feel and rock and roll soundtrack, became very popular and are still remembered today. The series also opened up conversations about the history of crime in America and the people who fight it. Behind the scenes, the creators of this drama series and Miami Vice worked closely, sharing not only a vision but also a team. This collaboration extended to the technical staff, directors, and even the cast, with many familiar faces appearing in both shows. The crossover of talent helped define a shared style and atmosphere that was unmistakable. Andrew Dice Clay, known for his bold comedy, experienced his own drama off-screen. His first marriage ended the same year he joined the cast, a time he recalls as difficult lieutenant later. While filming in Chicago, he met his second wife, a waitress named Kathleen Monica, affectionately called Trini. Their relationship blossomed, leading to a decade-long marriage and 2 sons. His eldest, named after his character on the show, was born before their wedding. Adding authenticity to the series, John Santucci brought his real-life experience as a thief to his role. His criminal past, which included daring heists, was well known to the show's co-creator Chuck Adamson and actor Dennis Farina, both former Chicago police officers. The series drew inspiration from Santucci's actual exploits, infusing the plot with genuine details that added depth to the storytelling.
Dad? You want me to finger somebody? I'll finger somebody. Want the juice, man?
The television series Crime Story from 1986 received positive reviews for its storytelling and period setting. Critics praised the show for its engaging plot and the performance of the actors. The audience enjoyed the mix of crime investigation and personal drama. The series did not win major awards, but received nominations that recognized its quality in acting and production. These nominations were significant for the cast and crew, affirming their hard work and the show's value to viewers. The recognition helped to raise the profile of those involved and brought attention to their skills and dedication to the craft of television production. Dennis Farina was a busy man during the second season's filming, as he was also working on the movie Midnight Run, portraying a character quite similar to his role in the series. The cast and crew often gathered at the Orbit Room, a bar that became a significant part of the show's first season. This bar was not just a set, but a real place that opened its doors in Chicago around the same time the series started filming. Unfortunately, it closed after only 2 years. Additionally, Farina, along with Bill Smitrovich and Stephen Lang, shared the screen in Michael Mann's film Manhunter, showcasing their range as actors beyond the series.
Paid. I didn't beef on anyone. Pauli being in here now proves that.
All right, you said it. Now get out.
During the filming of Crime Story, the cast and crew faced unique challenges and shared memorable moments. The show, set in the 1960s, required attention to detail for authenticity. Actors often stayed in character between takes to maintain the feel of the era. The director, Michael Mann, was known for his dedication to the set's atmosphere, insisting on using vintage props and costumes. This commitment sometimes led to amusing situations, like when Dennis Farina, a former police officer, corrected the prop department's choice of firearms to better match the period. The camaraderie among the cast was strong, with many actors forming lasting friendships. They would often gather after long shooting days to unwind and share stories, creating a family-like bond that translated to their on-screen chemistry. The crew worked tirelessly, often in harsh weather conditions, to achieve the show's distinct visual style. Despite the challenges, there was a shared sense of pride in contributing to a show that pushed the boundaries of television storytelling at the time.
Who is he, Mike?
He's my best friend. We grew up together.
In the gritty world of organized crime, characters often mirror real-life figures. Ray Luca, a prominent figure in the show, draws inspiration from Tony the Ant Spilatro, a notorious Chicago mobster. This connection extends to the big screen, where Spilatro influenced the creation of 2 characters in the film Casino Nicky Santoro, played by Joe Pesci, and Sam Ace Rothstein, portrayed by Robert De Niro. These characters reflect the lives of Spilatro and his associate, Frank Lefty Rosenthal. In a dramatic turn of events, one episode depicts Luca eliminating a mob leader, Dominic Tranchita, using a silenced pistol while the latter is eating. This scene is a nod to the real-life assassination of Sam Giancana, another infamous mob boss from Chicago. The show also delves into the personal history of Lieutenant Michael Torello, revealing his military service during the Korean War. His valor is recognized with the awarding of the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart, as disclosed in the episode Torello on Trial. These details not only add depth to the characters, but also anchor the show in a realistic setting that echoes true historical events.
Tell Manny, century and a half. Round no way, Max.
The 1986 television series Crime Story set a new standard for narrative structure in TV dramas. It was one of the first to use a continuing story arc across multiple episodes, paving the way for future series to develop deeper storylines and character development. This approach allowed for more detailed storytelling and complex characters, which viewers could follow and grow attached to over time. The show's style, combining gritty realism with period-specific details, influenced other crime dramas that sought to create authentic, atmospheric settings. Its use of music, fashion, and historical events from the 1960s helped to create a strong sense of time and place that has been emulated by other shows aiming to capture a specific era. Crime Story's influence can be seen in the way many modern series are structured and produced, with creators building on the foundation it laid for serialized storytelling in television.
Hold up on him and watched him go into a diner.
Great work. Where are you?
At the corner of Cotner and Harriet.
All right, listen to me.
In the world of television, connections between shows and actors often go unnoticed. Stephen Lang, known for his role in a popular crime drama, also shared the screen with Dennis Farina and Bill Smitrovich in the thriller Manhunter. Meanwhile, Ted Levine, another star from the same show, delivered a memorable performance as Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs. As the second season unfolded, the character Pauli Taglia won the hearts of viewers with his humor, leading to actor John Santucci being credited in the opening sequence. The series also featured a character inspired by real-life mobster Meyer Lansky. Manny Weisbord, portrayed as a Miami crime lord, often referenced Lansky's notorious associates from New York's past, including Lucky Luciano, Bugsy Siegel, and Frank Costello. These connections and inspirations from history brought a layer of authenticity to the storytelling, engaging audiences with a blend of fiction and reality.
License is hereby suspended, and pending a hearing, you are hereby barred from the premises of any and all.
In the show's run, the lead actor Dennis Farina, who played Lieutenant Mike Torello, had a personal connection to the story. Before his acting career, Farina served in the Chicago Police Department for 18 years. This background gave him a unique perspective on the role, blending real-life experience with his character's fictional world. However, the series also faced a tragic loss. Actor Anthony John Denison, who portrayed Ray Luca, lost his home to a fire during production. This event cast a shadow over the series as the cast and crew rallied around their colleague during this difficult time. The incident served as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of life, even as the show depicted the battle between law enforcement and organized crime.
Mr. Raymond Anthony, Luca has never been convicted of a felony.
If you remember watching the 1986 TV series Crime Story, we would love to hear how it touched your life or changed the way you see movies. Did it make you feel excited, scared, or maybe it made you think about right and wrong? Your stories help us all connect and understand each other better through the shows we watch. So please, share your thoughts. Hit the like button if you enjoy these trips down memory lane. And don't forget to subscribe for more discussions about the great shows that have been a part of our lives. Sharing is caring, and your experiences make our community richer. Let's keep the conversation going.